For the hundreds of individuals empowered by the specialized programs of the nonprofit Cultural Arts Training Foundation, remembering their name is easy. Healing is the heart of the mission of the Cultural Arts Training Foundation, and one that Executive Director Lance Parvin embraces, given his own experience.
I founded the Cultural Arts Training Foundation in 2011. What pretty much precipitated that was in 2009, I was hit head-on by a drunk driver. This caused damage to the cervical portion of my spine. It kind of had me reevaluate movement. Because of this, I started looking at programs, and there really weren't things tailored to individuals' needs. It was kind of a one-size-fits-all approach.
The Foundation's programs integrate ancient physical movement disciplines with meditative techniques, resulting in one clear focus: empowerment through movement.
Our three flagship programs, probably the ones that we're known most for: the Veterans Internal Health Program, working with veterans with PTSD, our Women's Empowerment Program, which is working with victims of violence, and our Child Empowerment Program, which is addressing bullying.
For a growing number of kids, the traditional rites of passage, like making the football or cheerleading team, are being replaced with a more insidious problem.
And 77% of all individuals have been bullied at some point in their life. It's probably the biggest single most factor right now that's facing kids today, especially the teen years, the early teens.
Kids are well acquainted with bullying and are sadly aware of its grim consequences.
Usually at my school, most people bully because they just want to do it and it's mean, and they're just jerks.
People might kill themselves because they're being bullied way too much and they're thinking about suicide.
Since its inception, dozens of kids have graduated from this highly successful program that teaches them how to verbally de-escalate a threatening situation, seek help, and how to physically defend themselves should that be needed.
If they see someone bullying, they should invite the person who's being bullied to come play with them, tell them to ignore that person, or go tell a teacher if they're physically hurting you.
I want them to have fun and learn. I want to teach them stuff that's simple and effective.
He's a cool guy and I like to hang out with him, and he teaches well.
All programs offered to the Foundation's clientele are provided free of charge. Programs like the Women's Empowerment Program.
We wanted to instill an inner confidence and a power for these women. So with that program, it's a two-prong approach. We have an internal approach. We're using internal arts such as yoga, Pilates to kind of build back the mind-body connection in these women. And then the physical approach, which is realistic self-defense. So it's not condescending martial arts. I'm using the same skills that we teach the military to teach these women, which is empowering to them.
Success has meant more than improving the health and well-being of individuals. It has also meant greater demand for services. Services that, until recently, were entirely funded by Parvin's for-profit enterprise, Las Vegas Tactical.
When I started the organization, it was self-funded, but obviously as time goes on and we grow, we need other funds coming in. So these are ways where we've kept our overhead very, very low, and all the money that comes in is able to go directly into the programs, not to administration costs.
The Huddleston family knows a thing or two about trauma when their 9-year-old son nearly lost his life to a misdiagnosed diabetic crisis. It is the reason they founded their Lightning Buck Philanthropic Foundation. Since Cultural Arts Training Foundation has been instrumental in Bryce's continued recovery, they have endowed a financial gift as bright as Las Vegas glitz. They know what this help has meant to their son Bryce.
They shouldn't be stopped because it costs money. They should be able to have the free access to utilize these for us to come to them and say, let us help you. We're going to help you. We're going to bring you back into society. We're going to make you feel good about yourself. We're going to heal you with Lance's unique programs that he's devised that are phenomenal.
While still a young organization, Cultural Arts Training Foundation continues to earn the respect of perhaps its most important audience, military veterans. When warriors return from combat, they often find themselves waging a war they hadn't expected.
PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. When they come back from their deployments, they have the steps to try to help them de-escalate, but I don't think that we're hitting the mark right there because we're seeing an increased number of post-traumatic stress, especially with the advent of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars.
And PTSD is being brought more to the forefront. Same things with military sexual trauma, which most people aren't familiar with, traumatic brain injuries. These are all things where movement and things like art therapy and music therapy can help.
As an osteopathic physician, I love the mind, body, and soul complement of medicine. I think, the mind is a very powerful thing, and we can, unlock and release a lot of things with that. The body, by physically releasing the endorphins with stretching, both the, just physical calisthenics and exercises, stretching, yoga, meditation, I think that just really does things that, you can't do with just a pill.
What motivates the Cultural Arts Training Foundation's professionals?
When you're passionate about what you do, I think you're able to help, make money, and live every day to its fullest.
These are stories of people, of lives affected by trauma. Hope and help exist. You matter. We all matter. And when we care together, we can move